everyone, it's Crystal Neath, your intuitive tarot reader, and I'm here with your May 18th daily tarot reading / full moon tarot reading. So May 18th, today we have a full moon in Scorpio. Okay, the last moon we had was the new moon in Taurus, which is the total opposite of Scorpio. I'm going to try to speak as blunt as possible without using astrological terms in case you aren't an astrology person. But basically, the last new moon we had was all about what you value, what you have, self-worth. Scorpio is the total opposite. It's about joint finances. It's about death. It's about rebirth. It's not this happy Taurus energy of life and beauty and makeup. It is trying to focus on the soul purpose and the soul transition and deading old things and getting past old karmic tides and past trauma. Scorpio is nothing like Taurus. Taurus is light. Scorpio is dark, and not in a demonic way or like an evil way, but in a realistic way. We have life and we have death. You know, it's not, some people say to live is to die, okay? And that's a lot of Scorpionic terms. Scorpio is very secretive versus Taurus wants to show you everything that they have, okay? I'm just trying to show you the polarity of the new moon that we had and the full moon that we're having right now. So Scorpio is definitely a heavy energy. And if you're not a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, you might have a bit of a struggle with this because water signs are used to this deep energy of past and what is now and letting go of all the hurt and turmoil and dealing with death faced on and dealing with spirituality. But you know, like I said, other signs don't deal with that. You know, air signs deal with logic and intelligence. Fire signs deal with passion and aggression and life. And of course, your earth signs deal with stability and keeping things how they are. So, and granted, that's why I always say, know your sun, moon, and rising. For instance, I'm a Sagittarius, but I have double Scorpio placements, so I'm a very Scorpionic person. Hence, look what I'm doing for a living, right? I'm doing what some people would say is occult work, okay? It is dealing within the spiritual realm, so we get it. Now, this full moon in Scorpio is going to ask you to purge. Don't be surprised if your dreams, like my dreams last night, were crazy. Definitely a lot of it went back to my first pregnancy and just a lot of, I guess you could say, past trauma and hurt things that I could have sworn I was over, you know what I mean? But somehow coming up in my dreams kind of put it on my mind this AM, and I realized, oh, okay, yeah, this shit's about to get real with this full moon. Like, I think I kind of underestimated it being a Scorpio. I'm like, oh, I can do this. It's nothing to it. But I mean, just look at it, you all. And I'm not going to be long-winded, but I want you to see how astrology plays into our actual reality, day-to-day news and whatnot. Now, if you notice, check out your timeline yesterday and definitely today. Notice how you're going to see people making very, what would I would think be private post or deep post or dealing with death or rebirth. Hence, you've seen so many posts about this big abortion ordeal. Hence, Scorpio rules death and rebirth. One of the biggest topics everyone is talking about right now. So just kind of watch how you see people going really deep today and how you see a lot of hurt issues come to the surface. But ultimately, Scorpio is not this evil sign. It's doing it in order to show you that you have, you are the Phoenix rising, essentially. Lower level Scorpio is a scorpion that we always see. Higher level Scorpio is like the eagle or the Phoenix rising from the ashes, coming out of its hurt and pain. Okay, now that we got that out the way, I pulled some cards, and because I took a while on the intro, I'm going to kind of sum up things a little bit more. So the first card we have out is the Nine of Wands. And this is all about not giving up when you're almost at the finish line. It is the card of courage, but it also, is the card of being at your wit's end. And I'm sure death is, you know, associated with being at your wit's end, okay? So, and I'm associating that with the Scorpio full moon. So, you know, definitely it's a day that you want to have courage. The thing about Scorpio energy is it's facing your fears. It's looking death in the eyes. It is realizing that to live is to die. And when you embrace death and transition, because it's really about transformation and transitions, you can really get to a place of having that courage to move forward and really live your life of a higher quality and happiness, okay? A lot of this will revolve around relationships. We kind of talked about this. Scorpio ruling the 8th house of joint finances and debt. And, it's not the house of, marriage like Libra, but it's the house right afterwards, the shared debt that you have. So a lot of you all will be paying attention to the people who you have that soul connection with, who you have that real deep love with. Scorpio is deep. It does not like surface. It doesn't like just, small talk. If it's not something deep, if it really doesn't make sense, if it's not intense, Scorpio really doesn't care. So you can be noticing that you're going to be making some strong connections, okay, today. Now, of course, it wouldn't be Scorpio without betrayal, right? We've all been betrayed by Scorpio, I'm sure. I have. But the Ten of Swords is about hurt and ultimately not playing the victim, whether you were the Scorpio stinging or you've been stung by one. It is about getting over the pain, getting over the woe is me, getting yourself up off the ground, 10 swords in your back and all, and keeping it pushing and realizing that I still have more life to live. Unfortunately, people have stabbed me in the back. Unfortunately, family was not there for me. Unfortunately, my job right now is being an asshole. But ultimately, I am going to get up and I'm going to revive myself, okay? So a lot of you all can be having those conversations about, hidden secrets, because Scorpio is secretive. It's all the secrets that people hide. So a lot of that can be coming up to the surface too. And I say that because we also have, surprise, surprise, the moon card. How appropriate. In reverse, Scorpio exposes, especially on a full moon, secrets and what we try to hide and what we try to bury deep down inside, because ultimately what you're hiding could be the help for the next person. Now, some of you all will definitely be having your share of surprises in the relationship department and friendship department. And like I said, a lot of intuition will also be discovered, I feel, with this full moon, okay? A lot of it is going to tell you, go back to that new moon that we had in Taurus, okay? Because once again, we have the Hierophant showing its energy and it is upright. So I do feel that if you were grounded that last new moon that we had, if you learned the lessons of that last new moon, then it will, I'm sorry, that light is kind of bright. It will show in this moon. It will show you where you have stabilized yourself to a certain extent and understood life on a deeper level of what you appreciate and what you value. So even when those tough moments come up, you're still able to, not sink, essentially. Okay, really what I'm seeing overall, definitely connect with Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. If you know any of those people, Taurus individuals would also be a good person to talk to, see how they're doing, see how their energy is. You don't even have to mention the moon, just, how you doing today? What's going on? Give them a couple days afterwards. They might say something that's helpful or give you some type of advice or something like that. So really what I'm seeing overall for May 18th, you all, I hope that helped. And if you ever need to get a private reading with me, you can always do so by emailing me at crystalneath@gmail.com. Besides that, have an amazing full moon. I hope that it brings you all the clarity and depth that you need, and I'll see you tomorrow.